And when Philadelphians think of the Spectrum, they often remember moments like Bobby Clark leading the Flyers to back-to-back Stanley Cups and Dr. J and the Sixers, that 1983 title win. Can't forget that one. But it's also home to great college basketball history.
It is. Billy V live now at the Spectrum with a preview of the last college hoops game there ever. Billy V.
Yeah, and as you guys mentioned that, the memories come flooding back also as I stand here remembering watching Dr. J and that 83 championship team. And there have been many great college basketball games here as well, not only involving our own area teams, but also many NCAA tournament games, including several championship games. But tonight, as you mentioned, a significant event. Here is the banner being unfurled, marking the occasion, the final college basketball game ever to be played here. Will tip off tonight at 7 o'clock between Villanova and Pitt. Villanova coach Jay Wright knows the significance of this event. He knows all about the history of this place.
As a kid growing up, the Spectrum, growing up in Philly, anything that was big time was at the Spectrum. You know, whether it was the circus, the Globetrotters, the Flyers, the Sixers, it was anything that was really big, it was at the Spectrum, you know. And so I almost have to pinch myself to believe we're a part of this, but I think probably it'll be even bigger the rest of our lives.
It means a lot, but you know, right now we can't really be thinking about that. You know, we're in here to just, you know, take care of business, you know, and then afterwards, you know, we can look at, you know, the history and you know, making history.
Yeah, the one thing that Scotty Reynolds and his teammates just want to focus on right now is this game tonight and a very difficult opponent, the Pitt Panthers. The Wildcats themselves are ranked number 21 in the nation as you watch them getting ready for this game. But Pitt is ranked number 3 in the nation with a record of 18-1.
They're definitely up there with the best. You know, they definitely have great inside presence, great guards. You know, they're definitely a complete team.
They have athleticism. You know, they have everything. So, you know, they're definitely, you know, we could be talking right now, you know, them being number 1 in the country, just like that, you know, over a missed shot or a rebound, whatever, you know, against Louisville. So they're definitely a complete team.
Reynolds referring to Pitt's only loss this year, which came against Louisville, but really a very important game for Villanova. They're only 3-3 in Big East play so far this year, so they would really love to get a win here tonight. Also, with everything,
it's been open for more than 4 decades, but they've been closed for basketball business for the last several years. But last night, the Spectrum was the site of a landmark finale, the last college basketball game at the Storied Arena. And this was a marquee matchup of Big East rivals. Villanova ranked 21st, and yet to be the ranked team. Pitt came and ranked number 3 in the country. Let's get it on. Regardless of what would transpire, this will be a landmark night at the corner of Broad and Patterson in the first half. Dante Cunningham with the drive, and he gets the throwdown. Cunningham with 15 in the game, Nova +1. And he was big at both ends, too. Pitt comes up with a steal here. Chester's Nasir Robinson on the break, looking for some hometown flavor. But Cunningham asks him, how does that taste? With a big block from behind. Later in the verse, the Panthers are breaking. Gilbert Brown tips in the miss and draws the foul. And Pitt leads Nova by 5 at halftime. Go to the second. Dwayne Anderson from NBA 3 range. Yeah, they used to stroke NBA 3s in that building. Nova opens the half on a 10-2 run, leads by a point. Pitt star DeJuan Blair in foul trouble on the night, picks up his 4th there on the reach in. He finished with just 7 points. And later in the second, Blair playing way off of Scotty Reynolds, who makes him pay from deep 3 range. Villanova by 7, Reynolds with 10. Now it's Reggie Redding on the drive and the finish. Redding leads everybody with 18 points, a new career high for him. And Villanova rallies to do it. It beats Pitt 67-57. And as the curtain fell on basketball at the Spectrum college ball, Derek Gunn was there to capture the final victory.
Over the first 20 minutes, the Wildcats got exactly what they expected from the 3rd-ranked Panthers. All the physical play they could handle.
You can't simulate in practice what they bring to the floor. You know, that's what we talked about at halftime. I said, all right, yeah, we took the hit, we took their quickness, we took their physical play, we took their toughness. We know what it is. Now we got to go play.
In the latter half, the Wildcats did a much better job of moving the ball around the perimeter and finding the opening man, especially Dante Cunningham.
We finally got him the ball. It was you know, it was Antonio Pena, Stokes, Reggie were getting him the ball. We were struggling getting him the ball in the first half. They just did a great job on our guards. It wasn't as much the inside defense on him. It was their guards just getting into our vision. And second half we got it to him, and you know, he got them in foul trouble.
I always have bumps and bruises coming out of Pitt games. You know, like Coach said, it's just something that when you hit the floor with them, you just, all right, you got it. You know what they do. You know, they're physical, they're fast. You know, now you just gotta take it and keep going.
The Cats' biggest shot of the night, this three-pointer by Scotty Reynolds with just under 5.5 minutes to play. It put Nova up by 7 and gave them some necessary breathing room.
That's something that, you know, you can look back and say now, but during the game, you know, you just playing, and you know, at the time, you know, I didn't know how much we were up. You know, we were just trying to get a good shot, and I had a good matchup on me, and my teammates felt confident in me, and I felt confident, and we've been in this situation before, so I just let it go and, you know, let the results happen.
They played hard. They played well. They made shots in the second half. They go 4 for 7 from 3. We go 0 for 10, and then obviously they outscore us from the free throw line by a large margin. So that pretty much sums it up right there.
And in the end, it was the Wildcats' first win in 5 tries this season over a ranked opponent.
It's not that big of a deal. I know it is to everybody else that they think we needed that, and we just want to keep getting better. I would have said the same thing if we lost.
You gotta have a short memory. You can't just go think the season over because we beat the number 3 team. We just gotta go work and get ready for Cincinnati on Sunday.
Jay Wright said leading up to this game, he didn't discuss with his guys the history of this building. He wanted to save that talk for after this game was all said and done, a place that his Villanova Wildcats have now provided one more lasting moment by knocking off the third-ranked team in the country. At the Spectrum, Derek Gunn, Comcast SportsNet.
That, of course, is where the
At the Spectrum, Dwan Blair, Levance Fields, number 3 Pitt taking on number 21 Villanova, and Pitt up by 3 early. Villanova looking for their first win against a ranked opponent this season. Blair with the tough fadeaway. Moments later, Fields getting into it. He knocks down the 3. Pitt up big early, but Nova fought through. Within 1 now, Scotty Reynolds feeding Dante Cunningham. Cunningham finishes with 15. On to the second half, and this was key. Blair on the bench for much of that half in foul trouble, and it's a tie game. Corey Fisher on the break, scores and draws the foul. Nova goes up 3 after the free throw. Nova with a 2-point lead. Reynolds on the drive. Tough little fadeaway there, and Blair can only watch as Villanova now up by 4. He checks into the game, but with 4 fouls. Reggie Redding on the drive, and Blair's usually your big help defender down low. But with those 4 fouls, Redding finishing easily over him. Blair shies away. Nova gets the upset. The final 67-57.